and I'm going to show you what I've done to the inside. I don't know if this will show it, but as you can see, I've taken the rear seats out and I've installed a net. Now the net's just laying below here, below all this stuff here. I'm just going to move this here. You can see the net, and I've installed some clips out here, right here, and those clips are going to just go onto there, and then of course the cargo is going to end up going underneath here, and the belt in the back out here, that'll hold the other clip. That's this one here. So everything will be underneath this net, all underneath here. So this is the back seat area. Now when I took the back seat out, that got rid of 12 pounds. So but that's made up of by my box out here where I've got all my tie downs in, and that was 15 pounds with the tie downs and everything in it. So anyway, at least I've got that done, and I can just put my load in underneath there. And now the next problem I had was, of course, with my, I'll just get in here. Oh. Okay, don't mind the that white thing out there. That's my cover. I didn't take it right off. It's still laying around the front. But the next problem I've got is I've got to calibrate this thing. Now that's a Xeon traffic alert system, and it takes some calibrating, I'll tell you. I've been playing around with that for a while, and that's sort of a traffic avoidance thing. It's installed, but I still have to calibrate it. And so that's done. And then underneath here, take this stuff off of here, you'll notice I've got my camera mount. There. Okay, so my camera mounts up here, this one here, and then here's my remote RPM indicator. The RPM indicator, which is actually down in here, the mechanical one, is usually off. You'll notice it says on there TAC reads 100 RPM low in cruise, and when you're leaning you want to be sure that you've got the correct RPM. So anyway, I've got the controls tied down here, as you can see right now. I just don't want them to move around when it's windy. Anyway, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to hook up the phone hookup out here. So that's this thing right here. I'm just going to get rid of these. Hang on, then I can move this around a bit. I'll get right back to you. Okay, I think it's working now. I got a lot of noise in the background here, folks. Guys are doing run-ups and everything. It's a beautiful day out, so everybody wants to go flying. So anyway, I'm just going to show you out here what we've got. Originally, I had a plug-in here. You want to just hold on to that. And it was sticking out quite a bit. What I've got is my phone now, rather the microphone, which comes from my well, it comes from my web, or my cam right here. Okay, the camera, which is mounted on top of here. Okay, I'll show you that in a sec. Anyway, I've got a wire that comes down, as you can see right here. Now this is going to be plugged in the bottom of the web of the cam, okay, and it runs down through here. Okay, now I got lots of extra wire, so I'm going to have to fix all that up yet. But originally I had this, okay, there, and then that plugs into there because it's a different type of well, this obviously won't fit in there, so it goes like that. But you'll notice how far it sticks out. You know, like it sticks out quite a bit here. You know, so I just, yeah, I didn't like that. So I happen to find another one. Now, if you look at this right here, this is a lot smaller one. This one right here. It doesn't have the long extension on it. Now I'm going to take this out of here. Now you'll notice how far this thing, like, I mean, if you look at the two of them side by each here, notice the difference. See, there you go. You can tell the difference in length. So this one is obviously a lot shorter, which is good. So I'm going to stick that in here. So it only sticks out maybe an inch. Then I put the cord in there, and now I don't have that problem with this interfering. This, you see, I can always move this back in here and attach it, and it'll all fit in real nicely. Now I'm just going to show you out here how this camera is going to work. Okay, now this little camera, okay, you got to open up the bottom, okay, like that. Now this here is going to fit on the attachment. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here, like EA. It fits right in this case, which is neat. Okay, there we go. And then it just locks. Okay. Then the little flaps in the bottom, if you can see that right there. Now, if you look up here, this is the attachment, okay, for the microphone. It fits in the bottom right here in that little red slot. Okay, now that's in there. Okay, so that's going to fit right up here, and I just screw this on. So there you are. There's the mount. It's all set. And I can adjust this, you know, I can make it go this way or that way. Just make sure it doesn't hit the windshield or else it'll vibrate. And it sits up there pretty solid. Now these things have what's known as an anti-shake system on it. So it filters out any shake. So when this thing starts vibrating, which it will, you know, it'll take the shake out of it. So that's sort of a built-in feature on most cameras now. And you have your finger in front of the lens. So, all that time.
Oh shit. Really?
Yes. So,
okay,
so I don't know if you're going to see the finger. That was Marlene's finger in front of the lens, okay? She was holding it, okay, with her finger, this one, right? She had this finger in front of the lens.
I didn't see
and you
my
will
finger,
probably,
though.
You didn't see your finger?
I didn't see my finger.
Oh,
so
we're in luck then, folks. Or else you'd be looking at a finger throughout this whole video,
okay.
And I don't want to do a retake on this.
You want help?
Marlene took time off from her cooking to come out here
and
with me.
I have company coming
and
tonight.
she has company coming.
So
and you can, and we have company coming.
Yes.
Okay. And unfortunately, I asked her to come out here because I needed more than my one hand. I couldn't quite do it with. So she was actually quite good in allowing. I was actually quite good in allowing her to come.
I would like you to be brief with this demonstration because we know how you chat.
Yes, chat along with Chet.
Yes.
Or is it tag along with Chet? Anyway, there you go, folks. That's the way I've got it done now. I've got it stuck in here, and hopefully, as you can see, the camera's up here. It's directly plugged in to the phone output for your headset, and it plugs right into the microphone input from that's the Canon. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, see what I had originally, folks. See this microphone deal here? I had that originally plugged into here. Okay, the same place where this thing is plugged here now. And then I took the microphone and I placed the microphone actually in one of my other earphones, right in the earpiece like that, for one that wasn't being used. Okay, so this microphone actually was being used, you know, and it would take the sound out of the earphone. But wherever you got an extra outlet, you can just utilize these things then. And like I say, you know, they're not. You could probably pick them up at the dollar store, you know, Radio Shack or whatever. Anyway, these I bought. I think I paid over $400 for these. Okay, and these are Sennheiser Noise Guard 2.0. Now I bought this probably about 4 years ago at Oshkosh, and I thought these were pretty good, but I find later on that they're not all that good. Now I'll show you why. First of all, this area right here, okay, is what I consider pretty flimsy. I mean, this is a plastic thing. If this breaks, you're screwed. That's the end of the headset. Okay, these are just plasticky little things. It's a real crummy place to actually put a battery because this thing's in the way. Okay, now, you know, maybe you got to pull this out, but this is all plastic. So then you got to get the battery out. Okay, and the battery, I had them in there, and it didn't take long. They were in here for maybe a couple of months, and then the first thing that starts happening, it does like most batteries do. They get all corroded. Now, the other headset I had from Lightspeed didn't do that, and I had them in there for quite a while. Anyway, so one, you know, they're AAAs. Okay, stuck it in there, and there. Now, you'd think that they would put the batteries in here, but no, they got to be in there. So, same thing applies on this side. you got another one of these things, and you got to, you know, pull the back and turn the thing upside down. And you know, I just don't like them. Anyway, the only reason why I bought this is because they're small and they're compact and they're noise, they're A&Rs. So anyway, but so the problem I started having was they got corroded inside, and then to turn it on, okay, now if you got these things on your head, you try and find that on-off switch, okay? So there's an on-off switch, volume control there, you know, gotta, you know, I like to be able to see what I'm doing with the things, you know, in front of me, so I can see it. Out here, they've got the on-off switch here, okay, you hold that on, little red light comes on. If you want to talk through everything, you can push this, a green light comes on, you know, so forth. Now, I had to play around with these things last night and get it all redone, figured it out, how to basically took all the corrosion out of it. But like I say, I've had these things now for quite a few years, probably 4 years, and would I buy them again? No, sorry. I just, you know, for what I paid for these, I don't think they're worth it. Everything's plastic. Everything here. This is all, the only thing that's not plastic is this metal headband because it stretches. But they are very small and they fold up, very compact in the case. That's a good thing about it. But I just don't like the battery placement in here, because once you get corrosion in there, you know, the battery, well, the thing's gone basically, because you can't clean it all out. I had to go in there, get little scrapers in there and clean all that crap out of there, and it took no more than a month at the most, I would say, before this thing started corroding. And if it's going to corrode, I'd rather have it doing it in here, you know. And I mean, anyway, that's the way I feel about these. Anyway, that's just a little peeve I have. Anyway, that's done. I can leave these in the airplane now, and this will be sort of a preamble to going to Oshkosh, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, I've got them hanging up right here, and you know, they're hanging up nicely up there. I put this up here, actually. Are you taking, you know, see, I put this up here, and it's actually a clip as well, because when you're flying, I find that with a clip being there, you know, you get your fuel bills and all that other stuff. You want some place to put it, because at the end of a trip, you know, you find your crap all over the place. So I like to be organized, and that's why I put this clip here. And it's just a big ordinary clip. It just sits out there. And then what's nice about it, it also acts as a headphone holder, you might say, while you're, you know, instead of it being up here, because what happens up here, they'll end up scratching your windshield. And so basically that's it. I can plug this thing back in. Another week or so we'll get this thing going, and thought I'd just do a little vlog in between out here, so that you can get some idea of what I'm doing before I take this trip. And then we'll take more video as we go, and hopefully we'll get a whole pile of footage. Anyway,
who's going to take all your video when you're flying?
Well, that's why I'm getting it all set up. I'm getting it all set up that way. So, okay, there's Jim. Okay, anyway, looks like Jim's heading out here. There he goes. Oh, I think maybe he's going to get some fuel, or he's going to do a run-up. Anyway, now he's going to do a run-up. Okay, so he's going flying, but I went flying yesterday, and we got company coming. So anyway, we're going to call it a wrap, and I think that's a wrap?
A wrap.
A wrap.
A wrap.
Okay, a wrap.
Yeah, that chicken or beef?
Chicken wrap. I don't know. Whatever we're having. Anyway, folks, see you later. Bye-bye.